if you want to get to a certain point in your life, you have to accept failure.
Yeah.
Right? But not as failure, but as lesson that you're getting in the way.
Yeah.
Okay. So by that, I mean, like, my point of view is like, okay, I just accept everything that comes in. Okay, because I don't control everything that's coming.
Yeah.
I can control
That's the
how
point.
I am reacting.
That thing you are feeling, that thing that is pushing you, that thing that's making you wake up early in the morning, leave it.
Okay.
Let people around you feed from it.
Okay.
If you prefer anger, let them feed from your anger.
Okay.
If you have that love, let them feed from your love. The only way you can do that is to approach every situation, everything, everyone with that certain character.
If you ever like wonder how some people like seem to effortlessly, right, create strong and memorable characters, okay, while others, try to find it like really hard,
Yeah.
like have an impact
Yeah.
at work, That's why in this podcast, we will really go through like the tips and like ideas. We'll be talking about like how you can build a character.
Yeah.
Right. Like how you can really make an impact, either it's in your personal or professional life.
Yeah.
Okay. So welcome to the Late Talk. Here is Jonathan, your host. And today I'm not alone. I'm with my friend, a good friend of mine. His name is Paul. So I'm not gonna say a little about him because I'll just let him introduce himself. So hello, Paul.
Hello, Jonathan.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Besides the cold that is outside there.
Sure.
So I'm pretty honored to be here. You remember you called me in the morning?
Yeah, sure. It was like really, really, I was like, okay, I prepared another person. Okay, another person has to be coming here and start this podcast. However, it got like an unexpected like meeting and stuff that
it happens.
So that's why I had to be thinking really quick. Like, who is the person that I have to talk to right now? Okay, that's why I said, okay, we talked with Paul that we have to make something. Then let me talk to him. Let me call him and just text him like, are you available for today?
Yeah.
And thank God.
You just text him.
You were thinking how to do it. Exactly.
Yeah, I get it. So I'm pleased to be here.
Sure.
My day was all planned up.
Oh.
I didn't know why I said yes to this time, but thank God I'm here right now. So I think this day gonna be fruitful. And I'm really happy to be here in this podcast.
So am I. I'm really excited. Like, I'm really thrilled to have you here. And it's really a pleasure to have you with us. So, Paul, before going through our topic, because today we're talking about like building characters.
Yes.
I would like to know, can you talk a little bit about yourself, like what you do, like, what's how you expertise?
That sounds like introduce yourself from.
No.
So, my name is Paul Gashumba Nyonguru.
Oh,
I bet you can't pronounce that name.
I'm really afraid I can't pronounce it because
Gashumba.
Gashumba. Gashumba. Yeah.
So my name is Nyonguru Paul Gashumba. I'm a graphic designer.
Great.
Kind of like business oriented.
Okay.
So my professional life takes like half of my life.
Okay.
Because the other half, I am a person who kind of like to see himself as someone who can be important to someone, either directly or indirectly. That's like another half of my life.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I like to be fruitful. for me, for the society,
Sure.
and for the people around me. That's not to say good things about me, which wouldn't be a mistake, but it's one of the things that really move me to do a lot of things I do.
Okay.
Yeah, even in my creative industry, I feel like if I could impact the life of the people around that industry or the community at large, it would be my fulfillment.
Great. Wow. That's impressive. Really, really. So you say like you are into graphic design and kind of business, entrepreneurship like stuff. Okay, that is so amazing. So, Paul
Yes.
Gashumba. So, let's talk about, my first question, because I've got a bit of question that I prepared for this interview, of course. I mean, let's call it conversation.
I am terrified.
No way. No, you don't need to be terrified. You don't need, because they are just like normal questions that you and I like from what you'll be saying.
Yeah.
I can learn something, and even or people who are listening or watching us,
They're actually gonna learn something.
Definitely.
You're gonna learn something.
Oh, yeah, you are going to learn something. So let's move on. My first question is like, can you tell us why do you think a person needs to build a character?
Oh, I need to think.
Okay, go ahead.
The questions from this man are gigantic. Okay. Why do I think a person needs to build a character?
Sure.
In my opinion, I think someone would want to build a character. First thing, because at the end of the day, you need to be recognized as you.
Sure.
You need to be appreciated as you.
Yeah.
So, I wonder, what if you wanted to build a house which will be evaluated? They may say like, I can buy this for 10K. I can buy this for 100K.
Sure.
Yo, it's all on your... it's all your responsibility to build a house of that value. So building a character means building something that you will be taken for. Is if you build an arrogant character,
Sure.
they will take you for an arrogant man. So one needs to work on his or her character because at the end of the day, it's a heart's wish to be evaluated and to be appreciated. So it's worth doing to build something that needs to be evaluated. That's worth of a value.
Wow. Like, I don't know. I'm speechless right now. You've just said things that really got into me personally. Why I'm saying it, because like kind of character is something that shows who you are.
Yeah.
Okay. So it means like if you build an arrogant character, if you've mentioned it, like people will see you as arrogant.
Yeah,
So,
actually.
If you build a like nice or kind character, so people will be seeing you as a nice and kind person.
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
So I can add something to that, I think. It's not about how people are going to take you.
Okay.
It's not just that. It's more about how you're going to take yourself.
Wow. Okay.
Because there's a scripture saying, I don't know, I don't recognize where it is in the Bible.
Yeah.
It says, as a man thinketh,
Yeah.
so is he.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Building a character influences the way you think you are. Influences the person you're gonna be actually. So this means, yes, it influences the way people are gonna see you, but the way you see yourself matters more, and building your character is an essential aspect on this thing.
Wow. Okay. That's scripture that you've just mentioned. I hear it also like from a writer. So as a man thinketh, in that
Yeah,
that one of the
I recall that book.
yeah. So and I heard it, and you're totally right about it. So the way you think, that is how you become. Actually, there's like Think and Grow Rich book, like
Yeah.
you become what you think about.
Yes.
So that is really interesting. So let's now go to the next question, whereby like I was like, we can talk about this, right? So if you can say like, how do you identify the unique characteristic that set you apart from others?
How do I?
Like, how do you identify,
Yes.
right, a unique characteristic that sets you apart from others?
Why do I need to be apart from others?
Okay. I mean, I wasn't ready for that. Like, that's a question, because I'm supposed to be the one asking for question. But anyway,
Yes.
so why do you need to be different from others? So when I'm saying like being different from others, it's not like you are kind of superior or inferior to others, right?
Okay.
So you see yourself like as a unique person, as we always say, like, everybody is unique.
Yes.
Okay, we have our weakness, our strength, our
Yes.
highs and lows. So it's in that context, like in that way.
Yeah.
I would like talk.
I was
about.
trying to challenge you, but I can add to on that.
Yeah.
Because there's a scripture that also says,
Okay.
I also don't remember where it is
Sorry to God and Mother. Just
but it says, for we are God's workmanship.
oh. Okay.
Workmanship.
I would just like to mention we are not in the church, right? But those are interesting. They are like really like I would say brilliant. Okay,
That's brilliant.
so that's really brilliant. So come on,
We are workmanship.
sure.
I want us to underline that workmanship.
Okay.
For it says God created us for some works. So a workmanship, I see that as an artwork in
Okay.
real life.
Okay.
An artwork which is great. It is unique.
Okay.
Uniqueness is one of the big thing an artwork should have. And in addition to that, we were created for certain works. So you need to be unique because you were created for a certain purpose, which doesn't look alike with your people's assignment. So you are assigned to your own purpose. So you need to be unique to be able to perform your unique purpose.
Okay. Okay.
So back to your question, you say, how do you identify unique characteristics that sets you apart from others?
Sure.
I think for me, I have like two techniques. One of them is allowing myself to be alone for some times.
Okay.
We all like to be in groups, when partying,
Yeah.
when
Sure.
working, we like to work along with others. The books tell us partnership is everything, which is true also. But when it comes down to knowing oneself, when it comes to getting the right aspects of your life in a very impactful way, you need to be alone.
Okay.
So when I allow myself to be alone, it gives me the only noise I can hear is from myself.
Okay.
Where nobody is telling me go faster, where nobody is telling me walk like this, where nobody is telling me work like this. So where I only tell myself, bro, you killed it. Oh, you messed up.
Sure. Probably. Yeah, I get the point. Yeah, sure.
That's my first approach. So my second approach is observing me, observing myself objectively in different situations.
Okay.
So when I can do that, I'll be like having my picture on the table and be able to have other people's pictures, like watching a film, more like that.
Okay.
So observing myself in that position, there's a saying that is used to say, you only see who prays right when you are out of the ground.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I pray out of the ground,
Okay.
watching me. For example, what can I do in terms of brokenness?
Okay.
How would anyone other behave in this kind of time?
Sure.
So I try to observe all that, like looking on the table. For that, I get a clear picture of the person I really am. And where am I different from the other people? And where are my strengths, my unique strengths,
Okay.
my unique weaknesses, and so on. So that's my approach.
Okay.
It's yours.
Oh, okay. So actually, mine is not really different from yours. Okay.
Yeah.
So because time alone allows us to really look at where we've done wrong, and where we've done good.
Yeah.
Right. So especially when you are into like, entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
like road or kind of business.
Yeah.
Right. So everybody has the idea, like when I'm doing business just because I want to get rich,
Yeah.
I want to get wealthier.
Yeah.
Right. They're like, okay, if I want to get a lot of money,
Yeah.
I'm going to start a business.
Yeah.
So they just don't know what is behind, like the impact of starting a business.
Okay.
They are not like, I don't know if everybody is ready to face the pressure, like the stress, like, failure. Okay. And I bet nobody wants to fail.
Yeah. Nobody wants.
Nobody wants to fail. Right? But if you want to get to a certain point in your life, you have to accept failure.
Yeah.
Right? But not as failure, but as lesson that you're getting in the way.
Yeah.
Okay. So by that, I mean, like, my point of view is like, okay, I just accept everything that comes in. Okay. Because I don't control everything that's coming.
Yeah.
I can control
that's the
how
point.
I am reacting.
Yeah. And how you react to situations.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
the only big deal. Situations.
That is my way. That is what I can explain. How I see things. Okay. I used to, care about what people think about me.
Yeah.
I used to care about, like, what somebody else is doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, why is she doing this, or why is he doing this?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I want to control, like, I want to change, but at the end of the day, I just realized that, sometimes you just have to let people do what they want to do and see the result at the end.
Yeah. That's the point.
And that's the point.
That's right.
Yeah, sure. So that's the thing. So I really appreciate your point of view from there, and I thank you so much for that. So, okay, let's move on. So how do you approach, things, taking advantage of opportunities that might have been given to you? Like, how do you approach taking advantage of opportunities that come your way?
So, by this question, I started wondering where does this opportunity is taking me? Because in these modern days, what seems an opportunity can be a risk.
Sure.
So the first thing in mind is you have to be aware of that thing. So after knowing that, I approach the opportunities by doing what I see it take me, but only if I am sure that that opportunity is taking me somewhere. So I approach them, but diligently, cautiously.
Okay.
So if an opportunity is an opportunity, for some extent, it doesn't matter how much effort you put in, which is wrong at some point, but it might be right because some people say what's yours is yours.
Okay. So what do you think about that? Because you say some people.
Yes.
So what about you?
For myself,
Yeah.
for myself, I think if an opportunity comes, I am entitled to do something.
Okay.
So I make sure I know what I have to do. I make sure I do it accordingly and let the system run itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Impressive. I am actually thinking about it. Like what you say about like, it depends on where that opportunity come from.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of processing it.
Because the source matters.
Okay, like how? Anyways, just me
So,
because
let me give you an example.
let me interrupt you a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, because if it depends on the source,
Yes.
right? How? Actually, it's kind of like absurd. Like, it's an opportunity anyway.
Yeah.
And actually, when it's an opportunity, you don't know if it's gonna come again, because if you say, okay, let me look at the source.
How old are you?
Jeez. I'm in my 20s.
So, I would say of that opportunity will not come again.
Okay.
50 years ahead.
Okay.
You know,
Maybe 80 years again.
maybe 80 years.
Yeah.
Plus.
Oh, plus.
You may even have 100 years ahead.
God knows. Only God knows.
Even if you will have, no, God forbid, I'm not gonna say this. So I need to tell this to people.
Yeah.
Don't be ruined by something that feels like an opportunity coming your way.
Okay.
Because first I told you have to be cautious with everything that looks like an opportunity.
Okay. Okay.
You might think this opportunity is not coming again in my life, but also think about this. The only treasure you've got, which is the biggest of all opportunities,
Yeah.
is time. You're not gonna die tomorrow.
Sure.
So you don't need to get crazy.
What if you do? Because we don't know.
Even if you do, that's your time.
Okay.
So what does it change? Taking that opportunity, it takes this away.
It doesn't, definitely. It doesn't. But what if you don't die tomorrow, but you needed that opportunity?
So first time assess.
Yeah.
Because let me give you a little example.
Go ahead.
You meet someone, they present you their interest in you, and they tell you, we are going to take you abroad.
Yeah.
I was shocked when I heard some things that have been happening in these days.
Yeah, sure.
Where they take youth. Because youth are desperate over things like opportunities, which is very a bad thing, because you have a lot of years. Even in 2 months, an opportunity can come and it's the right time and you benefit from that in a very big and impactful way.
Okay.
That person comes and says and shows you his or her interest in you, and he's interested in you.
Like interested in what way?
In taking you, promising you like, you're gonna study abroad on my sponsorships. Okay. I'm gonna give you a job abroad. He promises you of a very different life from the life you are living.
Sure.
Geniusly, you may think this person observed the life I am living and said, if I can promise to this little boy this kind of life, he won't resist and he won't think twice.
Definitely.
About saying yes.
Yeah, sure.
So, what about the cases that have been out there talking about human trafficking? Are you aware?
Okay.
It's really a big stuff there.
Okay.
Sure. he's not really interested in you.
Okay.
He's really interested in the business he could do with you.
Okay.
But sometimes that business aren't that big, impactful to your life.
Okay.
He might give you 3 millions and say, go support your wife.
Your wife.
And your mind loses control.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm not gonna go deep into this. That looks like an opportunity
Yeah.
at a glance. But is it really?
If we get it in that way, it is not at all.
It is not at all.
It is not at all.
I'm not saying opportunities like that don't exist because good people are still there.
Definitely. Yeah, sure.
There are.
Yeah, they are.
But we have to be intelligent. You have to be investigative
Yeah.
about everything that comes your way.
Yeah, sure.
Let's be like men who have homes. You know, when you have a home, you're the giant of the family. You are the main.
Yeah.
Would you allow anybody approaching your home just like that?
Like, what do you mean, like approaching my home just like that?
I mean, like a person comes to your home and is, let's say, just in any way.
Okay. Yeah.
The first thing that has to be in mind is to think, what does this guy is coming to do?
Okay, sure.
Because you have to know that he may be looking for help. You react to that.
Yeah.
He may be going to harm your children. You have to react for that.
Yeah.
So, as I said, an opportunity, when it comes, assess and know what you have to do.
Yeah.
You might have to conform to that opportunity.
Yeah.
Or you might have to chase it away. It might be a threat in the ways I mentioned.
Wow. Yeah. In that point, I get you. Really? I've got you
Yeah.
that point because you've explained a lot of things, especially if we have to get a little bit into that human trafficking because it is a subject that really, really is out there, but a lot of people don't even like talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know if people are scared or afraid of it. So, but it's something like people coming like really presenting like opportunities.
Yeah.
Right? Showing you like this life that you really want.
Yeah.
How they're going to change
a
it.
miracle.
Yeah, see you. And you feel like, wow, this is what I've been looking for.
Yeah.
This is what I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
However, it's just a mirage.
Yeah.
Like a mirage. Like they just show you something. But at the end of it, it's not exactly what they want from you.
Yeah.
And it's a bit tricky because they even don't ask you anything. They'll be like, we're going to support you in everything.
Yeah.
We're going to give you this. And when you accept, you just end up being exploited.
Yeah.
They make
It's more like somebody could tell you there is gold behind this curtain.
Yeah.
And you obviously understand what you have to do is to tear up this curtain.
Yeah, sure.
But they really know what's behind there. And you don't.
You don't.
So
sure.
the only way you can save yourself is know those person. That's why I said the source
matters. Yeah.
The source of that opportunity.
Yeah.
You need to assess from the source.
Sure.
From the people approaching you.
Yeah.
You might not get first-hand information observing because someone is not gonna steal you and come looking like a thief.
No.
They are intelligent.
Sure.
So you have to be more intelligent.
Let's move forward. Let's talk about what steps can someone take to build a personal brand, that reflects their individuality. That is my question. Like, what steps can someone take to build a personal brand?
So that's an opportunity to approach. Let me approach it.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So what someone take to build a personal brand that
You are actually in graphic design, right?
I'm a graphic designer,
Yes.
brand oriented.
Yes.
I've helped a lot of people build their brands, and I'm still in the industry.
Sure.
I haven't yet retired,
Oh,
so
you still too young for that?
yeah, I'm still.
Not young for that? Haven't already. Yeah, sure. Building brands in Africa. Why not over the world? Why not over the world? In Africa, of course. Why not? Why not over the world?
Yeah, that sounds
So,
good.
go ahead.
Okay. So the first thing, I was with a guy last
Yeah.
night. He wants to build a clothing brand.
Okay.
I'm not gonna mention it here. He didn't pay us.
Just make it in a great salt.
He didn't pay.
No.
But the guy, I observed, he was really over-consumed with his brand line motivation.
Okay.
So I think that that's what a person needs to build a successful brand. At the end of the day, building a brand, you need people to be motivated by interacting with your brand.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the first step you have to take is to ask yourself, what do I think? What do I feel? Thinking about making that brand, how does it move you?
Okay.
How does it motivate you? So that's the first thing.
Okay.
Because a brand is not what people can see.
Okay.
It's what people feel.
Oh.
It's what people live with if they interact with you. Are they at peace or are they terrified?
Okay.
So that's your brand.
Okay.
So you didn't say which kind of brand in which industry, but I'm just going to say
I said
in general.
personal brand.
Yeah, a personal brand. Like,
Yes.
how do they know Jonathan?
Jonathan, yes. How do they know Paul?
The first thing, Paul have to exist.
Okay.
Paul have to exist. And you have to ask yourself, which Paul?
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So allow me to go back about God, because
Yeah, go ahead.
you can't talk about a person without referring to the creator
Sure.
and the purpose. That's things that are connected. They never leave one another.
Yeah, sure.
God created Jonathan. He wanted Jonathan to live a certain life.
Sure.
So, if Jonathan wants to live Paul's life,
Yeah.
he's out of his life. He's not living.
Okay.
A lot of people die without even living. Do you know that?
Come on. No. Wait. Say that again.
A lot of people. Let me go back to my example.
Yeah.
God created Jonathan.
Sure.
Jonathan wants to live like Paul.
Okay.
So he's out of the statement that God created Jonathan to be Jonathan,
Okay.
with keeping in mind who Jonathan, which Jonathan.
Okay.
So when Jonathan is struggling to live the life of Paul, he's not in his life.
Oh, yeah, sure.
In his life, there's a vacuum.
Wow.
Jonathan is not living.
Oh.
Do you
I'm
get it?
scared now. I'm scared, yeah. And what's your life? Maybe like Eric's life, my brother's life. Maybe because my brother, actually the guy behind the camera right now.
Yeah.
So he is like really genius. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying like I live like him though. But
Yeah.
I appreciate him.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Like that's something that makes me a bit like scared. I'm like, am I really living my life or somebody else's life?
Yeah.
Right now, I'm processing it in my head. I'm like, do I live like?
Let me just escalate
Sure.
that case.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
What if the person you are trying to live his life,
Yeah.
he doesn't live his life too?
Oh. No. Who's level trying to live? Damn.
You don't even know.
I don't even know. Like, I'm really in the dark about that.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying. Before building a brand that's connected to your character, you first have your character just have to live first.
Sure.
It has to live. It has to have its imperfections.
Sure.
It has to have its perfections.
Definitely, yeah.
If I don't think this microphone was created just in a go. They made it. It was faulty at some point. They recreated it. It came like this a little bit.
Sure. Okay.
They made it abstract like this.
Okay.
So that's how a person lives. So to create a brand, you just have to be inspired by the brand and let it out.
Okay.
So it's in two simple steps. You first have to build your character.
Sure.
Your character has to live.
Okay.
And to brand it, you have to live your character.
Okay.
If you build honesty, live honest.
Okay.
Right?
So please, and how do you know like this is your character?
We're going to jump right into it.
Okay.
Just finish here.
Sure.
So after that, to brand, you have to live your character. There's an expression that says, express yourself.
Okay.
That's what they are talking about. That thing you are feeling, that thing that is pushing you, that thing that's making you wake up early in the morning. Live it.
Okay.
Let people around you feed from it.
Okay.
If you prefer anger, let them feed from your anger.
Okay.
If you have that love, let them feed from your love. The only way you can do that is to approach every situation, everything, everyone with that certain character.
Definitely. Okay.
With a matter of time, you will live a living brand.
Okay.
Just have your character, build it, live it, and express it.
Okay.
3 simple ways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So, actually, in this podcast, we will like talking about a lot of topic right now, like a lot of topic. I will invite you to subscribe, follow us on Spotify, Apple podcast, like even in our YouTube channel, so that you don't miss any new episode. So we'll be really live every Friday. So that's where our episode will be released and posted. So that's it. Just hosted by me, Jonathan, and I will be like really inviting a lot of people here, like different people in different areas. Like we'll be talking about a lot of things, like where we can talk, learn, and improve like our life together. So Paul.
Yes.
Right now we've just talked about like how you can create your personal brand.
Yes.
You've really explained how like a person has to build a character.
Yes.
Okay, to live it, so that you don't live another person's life.
Yeah.
Which is really okay. And you mentioned something that you say like, a lot of people live, without die without living.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of people die without living. And it's really important because I remember something I've been like just listening or watching. Like they say like there is an expert that went, or a nurse that was that was asked like what is the most regret that people have when they are in their deathbed. So she or he said like, a lot of people regret not really living their lives. They don't regret the time that, they or if they were poor or rich.
Yeah.
No, they regret not living their lives. And a lot of young men and women face those things. They want to live other person's life. For example, they want to be like, those famous, like those
Yeah.
rappers, like, you know,
Even their
musicians,
friends.
even their friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes we just want to be like our environment, right? Like what we see from others,
Yeah.
and you end up being
Actually,
pulled.
there was an old saying
Yeah.
when a boy and a girl were playing, you know,
Yeah.
like romantically.
Yeah. Okay.
People used to say, I'm gonna say this in Kinyarwanda. They say, bari gukina igihinde.
Oh,
Igihinde, you
I'm
understand
lost.
India?
India.
India.
Okay.
They are playing like Indians.
Oh.
But we master our way of life as Rwandans,
Okay.
as the people you are, as Ugandans.
Great.
Master your way of doing things. You don't need to copy from India to love.
Yeah. Sure.
You have your own expression of love. Yeah, that's what.
That is great actually, because it's kind of relationships things, but we are not talking about relationships today. So it's another topic. Yeah, we will talk about, and I love that because people have this idea on like in relationships, like from things they see on TVs, on movies.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
We will talk about it.
Yeah.
So, let me just go and let's talk about this. What are some common, you know, misconceptions about building a unique character?
Misconceptions.
Yes. I have.
Do you know misconceptions?
Who doesn't know misconceptions? Like, who doesn't know?
Please, guys, tell us.
Yeah.
You speak English, but you gotta pay fees.
Definitely, because I myself am an English, like, trainer. I train English and French.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, so I will have a lot of students like that I help preparing IELTS, TOEFL, even like French.
Put Jonathan's number in school forms.
No, anyway, I'm not here for that. I'm not going to advertise it. But if somebody needs me, you know, my contacts will be there. Yeah. So yeah, that is the thing actually. So what's the misconception actually?
So let me talk about misconceptions. People think ignoring the noise of the world or ignoring what people say about them doesn't help in building one's character.
Okay.
It's my first point. It looks like the second one I will introduce, but really, for a big extent,
Yeah.
understanding what people say about you can help a little bit. You know why?
Why?
We don't live in a vacuum.
Okay.
We live in a place organized by other people.
Sure.
We live in a place that contains other people.
Definitely.
At the end of the day, we have to live with people and we have to work with people.
Yeah.
If today I can be like noisy in this room, you might want to say, please reduce the volume or speak less loud. So when people ignore what people say about their character, it's sure that they don't know how to be around the other people.
Sure.
So that affects in a bad way the way people learn to adapt in societies or environments. And most of the characters we are talking about here are interpersonal.
Yeah, sure.
You need to have love. Who are you loving? It's people.
Yeah.
You need to learn to get along well with others. Other people.
Yeah.
So it's important to listen to what people say.
Sure. Sure.
Maybe don't be biased by that, but at least have an insight.
Sure.
So, and it's not a fact that we need to have an insight of people on every aspect that we need to be better at, but most of the things, mostly interpersonal.
Yeah.
You can't figure out your own way of interacting with people. Sure, you can, but not in every situations. Most of the times we need to see how people take different characters
Okay.
to master our character.
Okay. Okay.
And other thing is, people think a character is born. Oh,
Okay.
a character isn't born.
Oh, I gotta sit well too. Okay. Mm-hmm.
A character is made,
Okay.
because when you are born, you don't know your assignment.
Okay.
You just live not to die.
Uh-huh.
So when you grow up, you discover that you were born for a certain purpose. So after discovering that, now you have to have in mind, who do I need to be able to serve this?
Yeah.
You start building your character. For example, people use bodybuilding to learn discipline.
Okay.
Nobody was born a bodybuilder.
Nobody.
People do different things. They put an effort to build a character.
Sure.
It takes an effort to build honesty.
Oh yeah.
You really have to give up a lot of things to become a person you wish to become.
Definitely.
So a baby doesn't have anything to give. That's why a character is not born.
Yeah.
So it's something you have to work on. It's something you have to dedicate most of your time on. So I think next time maybe I will make a list, but
Yeah.
that's what I had.
Okay. Thank you so much. Actually, you've said a lot of things that are really I'm looking for a word to say about what you've just said. It will come. So
Yeah.
it will come. We are almost ending this, but I will just go with some 3 questions.
Yeah.
Okay, so that we can just end up. So the next question is, how do you find inspiration for building your character and using opportunities?
So how do I find my inspiration?
Yes.
I'm going to talk about something great.
Yeah.
Building your character. Let's take an example. If you had a movie,
Yeah.
you are making casting for a movie.
Okay.
You need a character who is like this. Where do you get inspiration from? It's from the movie script.
Yeah, sure.
It's from the, for example, you have a character, he's written up, but you're not seeing him in reality. So you have to make him or her up.
Yeah, sure.
So you are being inspired by the script.
Yeah.
Where do I get inspiration from building my character?
Yeah.
I get my inspiration from my vision,
Okay. Your vision.
from the person I want to become.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'd be like asking him, bro, order me. How do you want me to be?
Okay.
He say, I want you to be kind. I be kind.
Okay.
So that's how it is. My inspiration is rooted from the person I want to become. Is rooted from my purpose.
Yeah.
Is rooted from my vision.
Okay.
That's where I get inspiration.
Oh, this reminds me of something that I've been listening to. It's kind of a book.
Yeah.
Like it's been saying, like, actually, the thing is, a lot of people think like rich and poor
Yeah.
is by having money or like, resources.
No, bro.
Like-
That's just being broke. That's the being poor.
Yeah. Actually, the thing is, it's not there. It's in the mind.
Yeah.
Why I'm saying it, because they say that if you want to become rich, you have to start seeing yourself being rich.
Yeah.
You see, like trying to see that person, like you think like tomorrow I'm going to be rich. Be that person today.
Yeah.
Okay, that's when I am taking it from what you've said. Like if you want to become kind, you just look at that person in your vision. Say,
Does he want you to be kind?
like, does he want to become kind, or really want to become kind?
Yeah.
Okay. So if he want to become kind, then let me be
You don't
kind now.
have any other option?
No, you don't. Like,
We'll talk about it, but people, appoint your life in one direction. Be like, seal your ordainment. If your ordainment doesn't want you to be drunk, you're not going to be drunk.
Okay.
Because when you do that, you will be living someone's life.
Okay.
You want to be living. You will be long dead.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
People need to be like Jonathan has to live like Jonathan.
Yeah.
In 2022, Jonathan has to live like the way he wants Jonathan to be in 2050.
Wow.
If you don't get this, to be rich, you need to work.
Okay.
If Jonathan thinks at 2050, Jonathan needs to be rich, in 2022, Jonathan needs to work.
Definitely.
There is no other option.
No way. There's no shortcut.
Yeah, it's not shortcut.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. And the other question is like, how do you handle rejection or like setbacks when trying to build a character?
Okay, that's really a good question. How do I handle rejection?
Yeah, or setbacks. Yes.
When building a character?
Yeah, sure.
The guy I mentioned, we were together last night.
Yeah.
We're talking about a scenario that when you go into things that are not designed for you, that you are not designed to live into. So that's the point when you know these things aren't for me.
Yeah.
So when I get rejected, I get direction.
Wow. When I get rejected, I get direction.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So if you come here, so let's say it's like a hallway.
Yeah.
And you have two optional ways.
Yeah.
Two alternative ways. And in middle of both, you become like, where should I go? So you end up deciding to go to the first way.
Yeah.
And when going through that hallway, the first one, you meet a person saying, this is not your way. We don't want you here.
Okay.
You know that you had to go the other one.
Yeah.
That's what a rejection to me is.
Okay.
That's what a setback to me is.
Okay.
A setback or a rejection says to me, you don't want to be in this.
Okay.
Oh, this is not yours. Oh, your chance is somewhere else.
Okay.
There are other times when rejection is a test.
Okay.
Or setback. There are some other time when those are tests.
Yeah, sure.
So the only thing you have to do is to persevere.
Oh.
With the intelligence that you have to build, I mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, sure.
You have to build intelligence to assess a setback.
Okay.
Is this setback, is this rejection the one to kill me?
Oh.
There you know I have to persevere or I have to get my head off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the point.
Yeah, so I've been saying like, Paul, you are so smart actually. I'm not. No, you're so smart, and from everything, like from the beginning to this point, I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed. Not just like impressed from what you're saying, but I believe like what you say is like really what you are. Okay, I mean who you truly are, because a person can't really say things that they are not. I know a lot of people can do that.
Yeah,
right. They say things.
They are great actors.
Yeah, you might be one. You might be one. But what I've been saying is just like from the beginning to this point, when I've been preparing these questions, I've been like, okay, is Paul like like going like really get into this? Like, how is he going to be responding to this? Like, how is it? But I just find like it's really, really great. Like, going from the beginning to here.
Yeah, thank
So,
you, bro.
Let's finish with these two questions.
Okay.
These two questions that is just like, can you share an example, okay,
Yes.
of a time when you used an opportunity to showcase your character?
Remember what I've said? Steps to building a personal brand that showcases your unique character. The third point was express yourself. So I'm gonna bring this back.
Yeah.
Every time I meet a new person, every time I handle a situation, it's a chance for me to show it what I've got.
Yeah.
Every time I meet a person, is an opportunity to showcase who I am, because I want them to take me as me.
Sure.
I don't want me to take me as someone else.
Sure.
And it really have been benefiting me for really, really long. It have been taking me somewhere. Maybe I am here for being me when I was around you for the first time.
Sure.
So that's the concept.
That's
Every time I meet a new thing, it's a big opportunity for me to be me, to play me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And my last question is, what advice would you give to someone struggling to build a unique character or to take advantage of opportunities?
All right. So, an advice I could give to that person is, first thing to do is to know your character.
Okay.
This will come from reflection of your life from the point you were born.
Okay.
Hey, the time you were being born, you didn't know anything. But right now,
Yeah.
most of you watching us, you know what you've gone through.
Yeah, sure.
You know the situations of your parents, if you had them.
Yeah.
You know what your life has been like.
Yeah, sure.
Reflect from that. You know how you handled situations, big situations that happened to your life. So an advice that could give to you is, first know that person.
Yeah.
And be like, if I'm building, where am I building from? Like what's wrong?
Yeah.
What's right? What are my weaknesses? What are my powerfulness?
Okay.
Or
My
my strengths?
Yeah, sure.
So after knowing that, just consume what the world has to give, like diligently. There's a saying said, you attract what you are.
Oh, okay. You attract what you are.
What you are.
Wow.
Do you get that?
Yeah.
And after knowing what you are, you exactly know what you need to attract.
Yeah, sure.
If you are a reader, you know exactly what you have to read. If you are a observation learner, you need, you know exactly what you need to observe.
Yeah.
And you know what you need to consume.
Definitely.
Just know what you are and consume what the world have to give.
Okay.
Like polish your craft. You know polishing?
Polishing, yes. Like, when artists are like, trying to finish.
Finissage.
Yeah, that's the thing. Finissage, yeah.
First know where you stand, and you will know what do you need to add.
Great.
You will know what you need to unlearn. Unlearn, not learn.
Learn to unlearn.
To unlearn is to take something out from your head.
Definitely.
When you know who you are, you will know what you need to be and start building.
Okay.
That's the basics. Character building 101.
Oh, yeah. The Let's Talk podcast here. So, thank you for being with us.
Thank you, bro.
I would appreciate, and from everybody who's listening, whatever you are, just let us know what you think about this podcast here. Like, what do you think about this show? Because this show, we said, is mostly for young men and women. Like, even though you are not young, okay?
But I'm young.
But it's really for young men and women, like facing life challenges,
Yeah.
whether it's personal or professional, in relationships, in business, like entrepreneurship, anywhere. Okay, so that's why we start with character, like building character, because it's the most important thing, like when you want to start something. And a lot of people are really struggling with this. Like, a lot of people are really struggling with this. So my friend here, Paul, and is a graphic designer. Like, he really do, like, a lot of great work. You gotta check him out. Check him out. Like, you won't be disappointed. You wanna create a branding, like, for your company, like, logo, like, wanna have your t-shirt branded. Actually, next time we'll be having like our t-shirt like branding with our logo. They will be the one, or just it will be, and everything here, it will be the right way did. So yeah, sure. So thank you so much for being with us until here, and we hope like we see you to the next episode. And from there, I hope you enjoy it. And if you do, keep it for yourself. Ciao.